on the spot.
We're on the spot.
We're on the motherfucking spot.
Hey listeners, welcome to Slovenly On The Spot with me, Abdullah Skink. Today is the very special episode because it's our first episode and we have a really cool guest, singer and guitarist Sal Go from Sexxfaces. I'm really excited to have her on the first episode, and it's a really special one because we got to meet at the We're Loud Fest in Kenya that's hosted by Slovenly, and it was a really special interaction, and I thought, why not have her as the first guest? It just made sense. We go back to when she started punk to where she is right now and why she's still doing it, you know? And I'm really excited to have her on and enjoy. And I know you just put out like a new record recently, right?
Yeah, well, shit, last year. So it's still kind of recent.
Yeah, it's still kind of recent. I guess you could still, when it comes to music, I guess
May 25, May 2025.
You could still promote a record that's old, that's a year old, man. I don't think it's...
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just doing our... Well, I can save it and talk about it.
Nice.
About the record instead.
I see you going on tour as well, hey?
Yeah. So we're going on tour on the West Coast in 2 months in April. We're starting in Oakland, playing with Useless Eaters. And then we're going up to... I don't know the whole route. It's Washington. I think there's like only 3 states. I kind of forget. Like on the West Coast, it's like, or on the East Coast, you could be in like, 10 different states. Don't quote me on that. I don't know geography. But on the West Coast, it's just like 3. It's like Washington, Oregon, and California. So yeah, that's where we'll be. Wow. It's going to be fun.
Nice. So you're looking forward to it?
It's going to be great. I mean, it'll be warm in April.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to play with some cool bands. The venues look cool. Pete's driving us.
Oh, hell
so that'll be fun. Yeah, so he's going to be DJing maybe in some of the spots. He's going to be driving, so we don't have to worry about all that and tour managing, which I don't know how to do that. It was kind of a mess last time.
Really?
Trying to figure out like how much, but like who has the cash? I don't know. How much did we make? There's like crumpled up bills everywhere. I'm just not very organized.
Yeah.
So it's good to have someone like that's gonna be helping us with that.
Sweet, man. And then like, do you prefer like what's harder? Is it harder to like record a record, or is it like harder to like do a tour? Like what's more fun? Or like what's easier?
I mean, for me personally, and I think everybody in the band will tell you something different, but I really like to tour and play live more than I do recording. I actually kind of hate recording. I mean, it's okay. It's kind of fun, but I always get a little bit too like in my head of like, oh no, I want it to sound like this, but it never does completely. And then I get like mad about it. But then I think like, this record, I really liked how it came out. I thought it was pretty close to what I'd envisioned and what we had kind of told the engineer.
Yeah.
So I was happy with it. But yeah, like for me, I'd rather be playing shows than recording. I kind of hate sitting in the studio and just taking forever to do everything.
Over and over again. I know exactly what you mean. We just finished our album recently as well, and I had to redo the vocals. Or like just over the vocals, and it's just like over and over and over and over again. It becomes so tedious at a point, and you're just like, fuck, dude, like I played this already. I'd have to do this again,
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I'm worse at, I'm not very good at guitar. So when I hear it back, I'm like, damn, I need to practice more. But vocals, yeah, I kind of enjoy that. If you get the right mic, I don't know. I think it sounded all right. Gotta like fuck up your voice a little bit, smoke cigarettes, drink whiskey.
Are you back on the cigarettes now?
I'm back on the cigarettes now. Fuck the vape, man. Remember what happened to me? It was terrible. Lost my voice, and it happened last tour. Like the first day, like in like Columbus or something, and then the day after I was like, oh my god, I have no voice. And then And then, and then in Nairobi, like even before we played, I lost my voice just from vaping too much and yelling and being loud and obnoxious and, whatever, chatting with everyone all night, because everyone's hanging out at the crossroads, just talking all night, bullshitting, talking shit. Yeah. So yeah, no, like the cigarettes, I mean, I'm trying to smoke less, but
It's hard, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask
Especially in the winter here, it's cold. Like, you're just like sitting inside.
Yeah, I saw
drinking a little.
you were in Canada with King Khan recently as well, hey?
Oh my God. I don't even know where to start. Well, so, I became homies with the Triumphs during the fest. These Canadians led by Jay Sherritt, a native. I forget his tribe. I'll fuck it up if I try to say it. But anyway, and they we kept in touch. Hit me. I hung out with them in Amsterdam on my way back from Nairobi, actually, which was really fun. And so they are going to be putting out their record soon, but they also have another single they're putting out, and they wanted me to sing on it. So I came out there to Toronto, and Erish was there on his medication now. So, First thing he did was give me a flask and 2 of his books. I forget what they're called. I think one is called like the Black Power Tarot.
Oh yes.
And
yes.
There's another one too. I haven't read it yet, but I think he did a card reading. He played sitar on some of the tracks. So yeah, it was like 3 days of like kind of recording, kind of just partying, hanging out. Yeah. But yeah, I did sing on like 2 of the songs, and that was fun. And I recorded a bunch of footage, which I need to look at to see what can be salvaged of it, because it's kind of it was kind of mad. It was kind of mad.
I'm sure, dude. Whenever Irish is around, dude, it can get like that. Fuck, dude. I'm thinking back to like the time he was in South Africa. He was like in my house, bro. And I was just trying to take a nap, and he was just pacing up and down on the phone.
Yeah.
He spoke to like his accountant at one point, and he's like, "Don't tell me how to spend my money." And he was just,
it's really funny. When he runs out of people to talk to in person, he'll just call people and start yelling.
Just like, I miss him though.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Yeah. He's he's on our Triumphs group chat. I think he's in Austin right now. So
nice.
Yeah.
Sal, what is Bad Vibes OST?
So what is the record? What is the concept? The whole thing? Well, it kind of started that we have a zine called Bad Vibes, or it was Jackie's zine at first, and then I started contributing it, and it kind of became like a Sexxfaces done zine. I mean, we put out 6 issues so far. And the concept is kind of like everyone gets a bad review, but it's not like mean-spirited. It's like more like, just kind of taking the piss, poking fun, and that actually, and it's mostly local stuff, local shows we see or bands and things like that, or their releases. And we actually get a lot of people being like, I really love the review, even though you like made fun of us, whatever, made fun of our song title or band name or how we dressed on stage. They're like, I have it framed, and I think it's really funny that, like, I don't know. So when we were trying to come up for a name for the album, there were just all these like bad ideas. So I thought of like, oh, what if we make a zine to go with it, and then it's a soundtrack? And I'm like, okay, yeah. So that was really all it is.
Awesome. I love that. And what does the OST itself stand for?
Original soundtrack. Yeah.
I see. Sick, dude.
Yeah.
And then I want to ask you again as well. Like, I saw on your Instagram the other day you posted a picture of the Chaos Crew. And I saw you with this fucking big-ass mohawk and all these dudes with spiked hair and colorful fucking jackets and shit.
Yes.
Tell me about that, dude. Tell me about what it was like being in this fucking crew, and like, you grew up in DC, hey?
Well, partially, but then I moved to Ohio. So that was a high school, right? It was about late 90s, I think, ish. Yeah. So, but I was going to school around Cleveland, and then I just kind of started going to the punk scene in Akron, Ohio. And that was kind of like one of our squatty little punk houses. And all these kids are just partying there all the time. And it was kind of a mess. Those times where, different, I don't know. I did constant cell phone surveillance and cameras. You could get in a lot more trouble and get away with it, I think. So we kind of got in a lot of trouble back then. But yeah, like some of the people I lost touch with some of them. Some of them passed away, sadly. But yeah, like I did grow up like listening to punk since I was a child, like 12 or 13. And I had an older brother. So that was kind of my gateway, like stealing his tapes. And then when he found me with like I don't know, like Rancid or Green Day record or something, he's like, let me give you like real punk to listen to. Not that, but like actual, like more music. So I would get into like Crass. And even though I like had no idea what the hell they were talking about, I was like, this is cool. I was not smart enough to understand like Crass lyrics until much later. But I really liked the aesthetic and just like the pure, like, emotion behind it. And yeah. Energy behind it.
And like growing up in that space, like what was it like? Like what made you wanted to was Sexxfaces your first band, or have you been playing in bands for a long time?
Oh right. No, I started my first band in high school up there in Ohio, in Cleveland.
What was it called?
We were called the Shit Fits.
The Shit
Fits. Yeah. And we were not allowed to play the Battle of the Bands at our high school because of our name. And we're like, well, we're not going to change the name. Screw your lame little, like, high school Battle of the Bands. So we'd play in basements, that. And, yeah, I have a clip. I should send it to you.
Please.
It's embarrassing.
I'd love that.
But yeah, that was my first. And I think, like, when I started listening to punk, I kind of always wanted to be in a band. Like, it just seemed like a fun thing to do, like just play and even travel. Like I always wanted to do that. So that was my first band. And then later on moved around a bit. Life happened. I started another band in Baltimore, called Blonzai was my next band. And that was the first band. That was like early 20s, I think. And so that was like the first band that I started like touring a bit in and like booking tours through like MySpace at the time, and then like making connections and then like, trying to do that a little bit. It was more like very, it was like early 2000s. So it was very like sleazy, garagey kind of punk rock. Not great, but still fun. Yeah, and then I've been in a couple more other projects since then. So Sexxfaces is not my first rodeo by far.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
man.
but it's the most current one and the one that like right now I'm like considering doing another band again. But for a while it's kind of like I have time for like one band right now. But I might start some new ones. We'll see what happens this year. I want to learn drums. I've been trying to learn drums.
How's that going?
Slow, but I have my like, what are they called? Paradiddles. I got my drumsticks, my drum pad.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, I recently
started. I think I don't know how long it takes to be able to play in a band drums. Maybe like a couple months, a year. I don't know.
Nah, you just gotta do it, man. There's some kids over here, like in South Africa, who just started. Like, these kids do not know how to play fucking instruments, bruh. But they just fucking play. And I think it's the coolest thing ever. And they all look so
but
cool.
It's charming when you're a kid. When you're like a 40-year-old woman, they're like, what the fuck is she doing up there?
Yeah, I get you, man.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Nice.
In my second childhood right now.
Now most of Sexxfaces is based in DC, like Hannah, and Neil and Jackie, right?
Yeah, everyone's in DC. We're all like within 10 minutes of one another. So when we're all around, we hang out all the time. We're like buddies, you know. So that's kind of how I want my band to be. Is like a crew, you know.
Yeah, you have to be.
I'm not.
Considering like the climate of like what punk in DC was, you know, like you have bands like the Bad Brains, Minor Threat, people like Henry Rollins, fucking Bikini Kill, all those. Dude, you know the fucking singer from Bikini Kill follows the band. I was like, no fucking way. I couldn't believe it. It was so sick. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But like,
that's awesome.
Being in such a rich punk, a rich history of punk in a place like DC, do you ever feel like a bit of pressure to like uphold, or is it just kind of like, is it just whatever? Like, I don't know. Or is it like, is there still remnants of that scene back in the days, or is it completely different? Because I know like back in the early 2010s and the 90s and the 80s, like punk and hardcore and even hip hop was very much like a kind of fuck you attitude, you know, and I'm gonna do what I want kind of attitude. So I'm curious to find out if it's kind of similar or has things changed, and like and because of the change, how has that influenced you guys and what you want to speak about?
Yeah, I think. That scene is kind of still around. There's some of these old heads, like from the whole Discord, playing in bands, and you'll see them around and chat with them. They're cool, you know. Like Fort Reno, Amanda McKay puts that on every year, and it's in the park. She always wants to get new bands to play. And there's like a lot of, they still do a lot of the positive force benefits up at the church. I would say that I don't feel as so much a part of that scene as much. I kind of feel like we're sort of in our own thing. Like we do have socially like kind of political songs talking about, you know, this and that, things that we're concerned about. But a lot of it is also just kind of dumb, like fun punk too, or shit that we think is funny, or like, so it's kind of a mix, you know. We don't take ourselves too seriously, I think. So like there's a remnant of the kind of, I think the garage scene that, you know, how me and Jackie met was kind of more in that scene with bands like The Points and the Lolitas and you know, my old bands. So it was kind of that irrelevant, or what's it called? What's the fucking word I'm trying to think of? It's not irrelevant. It's I'm gonna remember this later. Irreverent. That's the word. Please edit out my brain fart. The irreverence, kind of a little bit of, you know, I wouldn't say it's nihilistic or anything, but I feel like we want also that. I mean, like we're having like fun in this band, you know, like doing the art, doing the zines, playing the shows. So I think we're like a bit of a less seriously minded of the bands in DC I see around that are a lot more like, you know, we'll only play benefits or this and that and stuff. I mean, you know, play a benefit tour, you know, it's a mix, you know, it's a mix. Yeah. But yeah, like it's just fun, you know. I think it's just fun, you know, for us. Of course, yeah. And I don't feel any kind of pressure to represent DC a certain way. I don't. I think that, like, I think we're proud to be from DC, and we even have, like, you know, one of our shirt flags that says Sexxfaces on it. But yeah, I don't feel like I need to like kind of like sacred standard established by people I don't even really know.
Yeah, yeah, I get that, because like, especially like when like in my experience, you know, because we're like from Soweto, we have to rep this place so hard, you know, and that's kind of dissolved us into just being like the Soweto band, you know, like, oh, it's the guys from Soweto, you know, and we love where we come from, you know, like it's there's a lot of history backed in it as well, and like there's a lot of like there's Soweto has always been a rebellious place, you know, especially for kids and and politically, you know. So it makes sense, but like, that's not our entire identity, you know. And like, we're also a fun band. I mean, we don't really have many. We have like a few political songs, but it's also just a matter of just like having fun, you know. And that's what punk is also about, you know.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah, you know.
I mean, like, Well, it was a good day. Come on. One of the most fun songs I ever heard.
Nah,
Seriously.
Yeah. And tell me, what was it like getting onto Slovenly? How did that happen? Like, I know with us and Pete, he just found us on like a blog post one day, and like, and then he just reached out to us, and then that's how we ended up working with Pete. But how did it go with you guys? Like, have you known Pete for a long time, or tell me a bit like about your Slovenly history?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we recorded the album, Do With It. And I was like, I know it's good. And it's kind of like, maybe we should just see who wants to put it out. Like, just check it out. Like, and if not, we'll put it out ourselves. Might as well just see. And we made a list of me and Jackie and Hannah made a list of all like the labels that we were liked and would want to be on. And some of them were like completely, wish list shit that was like they would never. And so Bazooka Joe actually like he was like kind of he does he did or had been doing like a side label for Slovenly thing called Black Gladiator or something like that. And Jackie like knew him, and I kind of knew him just from like I don't know random internet punk stuff. But so Jackie sent it to him, and I guess called Jackie on Facebook. Like he didn't have his number, and so he called him. He's like, this shit fucks. Like, tell me about the record. Like, what the hell? Like excited, really excited about it. And I'm like, oh, if someone's like that. And so he sent it to Pete, and then Pete was like really into it. So then, yeah, that's how it happened. Really, we just had a call with Pete. And it was funny because I always like bands on Slovenly. I always like the label. And I didn't really know about We're Loud Fest at the time. Like I kind of had heard of it before, but I was like, I didn't realize it was like connected. And so when I was looking at their website and I was like, oh shit, they're going to do it in Kenya? Oh my God, we have to get on this label. Like,
yeah,
Jackie's from Kenya. We must return Jackie to Kenya. We must play for his sisters and meet mom, his mom, and eat delicious food with them, which was like a big highlight. So yeah, that was basically how it happened. And they've been really cool. Like, like Pete's awesome. He's always excited, always coming up with these schemes and ideas, and kind of have to keep up with it, or like, So I'm excited to see. Like, we're gonna try to tour Europe later this year. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I love the label. I think I had a blast at We're Loud Fest, so it's worth it.
What was it like in like first time in Africa and playing for like some African punks and also meeting some African punks, like and like me, like how was that? How was, because I'm sure it really it really changed. I remember when I went to the UK for the first time, but she like something switched in my head, and it was also like my first proper tour in the UK. So like, what was that like? I'm curious. I know we were fucked up most of the time, but like, I'm curious to know like, what was your highlight?
I loved it. I felt like very relaxed there. Like I felt very welcome, I guess. And it was really cool to just see lots of black punks. Like, they're like the scene in DC is very diverse too. It's not unusual, but like to just see like all like brown faces too in the audience. I don't know. It was fucking cool. Like it was different, and everyone was so fucking nice. Like Jackie had warned us. Like, you don't understand.
Oh no, what's going on?
Oh, sorry.
I lost you.
Did it get cut off?
Yeah, no, we good. Jackie was like, what? What did he say?
So Jackie was like, I'm warning y'all, Kenyans are extremely friendly. Like, extremely friendly. And we're like, okay, sure. Like, he's pretty friendly, so we were used to that. Extremely friendly, but we'll take the piss out of you, but like funny, in a loving way. And then he was completely right. Like, everyone was so like cool. Like, I can't think of, like even just meeting people, like when we would get hungry, like hungover, or not hungover, drunk, and like, let's go get those sausages on Electric Ave. And like just running into people on the street were just like, it was just fun. And I think also being like BIPOC, or person of color too, I just always feel an affinity more with other people of color, especially in the punk scene. Just, I'm not saying I don't with other how do I say this correctly? There's just something about like something beautiful about seeing more like minorities. At least, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be minority. In Kenya, we wouldn't.
No, yeah, in Kenya, that's the majority.
The Asians
but
would
no,
probably be the minority.
I completely get what you're saying, though, because, like, in South Africa, it was like that for the longest time, dude. Like, especially in the early 2010s and the 90s and the 80s, like, the scene just was a bunch of white dudes, And
in South Africa?
In South Africa, yeah. And, like, it was... And then when we popped onto the scene, especially, like, it inspired more like black kids and brown kids to really just try this thing, Now the scene is more black than it is white. It's like the most diverse it's ever been in the past like 20 years, And it's really beautiful to see.
That's cool.
You guys should come here, dude. You guys should really come here. Like, come to Africa again. And you'd love Johannesburg, dude.
We're going to get there. Me and Hannah were talking about it. Are you still going to do the festival in October or something like that?
Yeah, dude. I really want to. I actually need to fucking send Pete like a whole thing, dude, because he's going to try help me get funding. And I've just been putting it off because of this job that I started working at, and it's kind of like depressing me out. Not going to lie.
What kind of job is it?
I'm working.
I saw your headphones. I didn't know if that.
Yeah, no, because I was in a meeting, dude. I'm just in fucking meetings the whole day about nothing. And it's like, it's corporate, dude. Like, it's just.
Well, one of those, like, this could have been an email meeting.
Yes, literally.
Oh, no.
And I'm working at an engineering firm, and it's just.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it's not great. I don't know. I'm grateful because, like, I have like it's given me the opportunity to like get a place and like have a cat, and like, I moved out of my mom's house recently, so like it's nice, but like it's just it's just so conflicting with my soul,
Yeah, I get you. Like, yeah, I worked a corporate job for. It was kind of corporate. It was in video games, but it was still a company, still an office for like, I don't know, 8 years before I was like, I hate having a boss. I'm just going to go freelance and be poor again. But, like, it's good to like get something established, save up some money, get some of the things you need and want, and then we can just quit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm giving myself like 3 months, dude. Just 3 more months, and then I'll see.
Get the bread.
I'll see where it goes. Yeah. And then to dive back into the whole POC thing, this might be the last few questions I'm going to ask you. Growing up like in the 90s with your crew and everything, like was the scene predominantly white back then? And I know it's punk, but like there's also still that kind of like animosity, especially like when I first started, I was like 19 getting into the scene, and I was hosting shows and trying to like make a scene, that's inclusive and friendly and warm. And I got a lot of pushback from like the OGs in the scene, and I kind of had to be so good at it that I had to be like undeniable, So like, what was it like in that era, like trying to like, especially as a woman of color, trying to like be in a band and be in a good band and fucking do the shit that you wanted to do?
So I had moved from the DC area when I think I was like 15 or 16, right, to Cleveland. So the DC area, it was diverse. I would see people that looked like me around. There's, there are Asians, there's Black people, there's Latinos, like, so this area where I am back today was diverse, and you would see people at shows, that looked like you. But moving to Ohio was a huge culture shock. Like, I was one of like a handful of minorities in the school, and I'm biracial. I'm half white, half Asian, but like, to a white, just Asian, and it kind of goes both ways. and I think that's kind of, I mean, being biracial probably did push me more into like the punk like scene of like, you know, it matters less like what the fuck you look like. It's just kind of like all the misfits, right? But it was a very white dominated scene, male dominated there. I mean, there were women in the group, and my first band was actually all girls except for the drummer. Like, so stereotypical. But yeah, it was a little rough at times, you know. Like, I was raised, my parents are very progressive, you know. They're not, you know, like conservative at all, and to go over to a friend's house and hear them like drop a slur at the dinner table was like the first time I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Where am I? And then, you know, my friend's looking real embarrassed, and I'm just like, okay, yeah. You know, so there was, you know, it was a different culture, especially in that era, like in the 90s, you know. And it was a little bit violent. The scene was a bit violent. There were a lot of fights. Between like punks and skinheads, and there were like different types of skinheads. You know, there were like kind of the Nazi ones, and then there were like just the regular ones that were also assholes. And so I would get in brawls with these skinhead chicks all the time, which was kind of funny. But yeah, like I don't think I was like really in a band and there enough to like push for any kind of, I got out of Ohio pretty quickly. Like, I'm like, you know, like ready to go back to the East Coast when I was able to, just cause it just wasn't it for me. Yeah, I still have love for the Midwest, you know, and I do love a lot of people there that I know, because, you know, there's a lot of sweet people there. They're very honest, you know? Yes, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's tough, dude. It's tough shit, dude, being in a space like that, you know? Especially when
and I'll say that when I did get back to this area and I started a band in Baltimore, it was about early 2000s. It was still a little bit, there were still more women in bands, but it was less common than it is now, which is great to see now, you know? So it was almost like sometimes it was just very much like, there were two, it was me and the singer was a woman, so it was like, oh yeah, girl-fronted band, female-fronted, which is fine. But now it's like, people don't even bother with that anymore, because it's not, you know, as big of a deal, which I think is great. Although I do miss getting princess treatment sometimes. Where all the cute punk boys are like, "Ooh, okay, amp for you," and I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
Oh, sick. Man.
Now they're just like, "Oh, ew."
Just another one.
I'm just lazy sometimes. I'm like, yeah, I can't carry it. Now I'm carrying amps for these dudes. I was in Goner Fest, and I won't even name the band, but one of the drummer for this band we played with, the after party, was like, "I can't lift the amp. I'm too weak." And I'm like, "What? You, sir?" So I just carried it. You know what? It's all equal now. You know, gender's a construct. Whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Sal, thank you so much for chatting, man. I really appreciate it. I'm fucking glad we got this done. And
oh my god, yeah, this was fun. Next time you and Jan are bored, just give me a call sometime.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Look who's here.
Hello.
Oh shit! Oh, you were here.
We're on the spot. We're on the spot. We're on the spot.
We're on the motherfucking spot.